The superstars of Fan Control Football Season 2.0 are not only the who's who of celebrity team owners and influencers, not the 21 million live views of our Emmy-nominated broadcast. Across Twitch, DAZN, Fubo, NBCLX, Peacock. Or our highlights that scored over 100 million views. And we can't forget best-in-class sponsors. But the biggest star of Season 2 is our play-calling app that allow fans to control the action on the field. Fans pick a team, pick a play, 4 run plays, 4 pass plays to choose from. The play with the most votes is called in real time.
We got it.
This is where video games and live action come to life. And now, Fan Control Sports and Entertainment brings you Fan Controlled Hoops, where fans call the shots. Coming 2023, the future of sports is here, and it's Fan Control. Power to the fans.
Are you ready for it?
This is FCTV, fan-controlled television. Programs created and produced for the fans, by the fans of fan-controlled sports and entertainment. As always, power to the fans. And now, it's time for the show.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Info Arcade. I am your host, Jaden Stanley, and you guys are in for a treat. We've got a really fun show. But, of course, as always, let me introduce our co-host this week. We've got AJ Kinka. What's going on, AJ? How are you, my friend?
Hello. I'm doing okay.
Doing good? Well, glad you're on the show again. And Kyle Stathead, how are you, buddy?
Delicious.
I swear
I'm cinnamon flavored. Bet you didn't know that.
You were holding like I guess that's like I don't even know what that is, like a cookie.
You don't know what it is. I'm not gonna tell you. Folks at home, guess what I'm eating.
Okay. Either way, you were holding it in front of your shirt, and like for a second, like there was a glitch in the Matrix. I thought you were holding a piece of pizza.
Oh,
like,
well,
it was like really weird.
Let me shout out this shirt real quick. This is Danny Dorito.
Danny.
This is called fashion, people. All right, not everyone looks as good as this. All right, some people just have it. I knew you were gonna say
Just saying.
I knew you were gonna say some shit.
You knew he was gonna try to throw you under the bus there for sure. Well, guys, thank you so much for tuning in to the show tonight. We've got a jam-packed show for you. In case you don't know what this is the Info Arcade. It's a fan-run show done each and every week live at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific, right here on twitch.tv. It's also broadcasting live on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook. So wherever you're joining us from today, thank you guys so much for tuning in. We talk sports, we talk media, we talk entertainment, video games, you name it. Everything happens right here at the Info Arcade Show. And we are joined each and every week by special guests and also fans all across the league. Basically, everyone who's fans of hoops, fans of fan-controlled football, you name it, they all gather here and they chat with us. For example, we've got Vic's Vibes Official tuning in. We've got the Ultimate Debate. We have a lot of exclamation points, it looks like. I think it's Ilya. I can't even say it. But anyway.
Just call him Lil.
Lil. I feel like
around.
We got somebody in here that it's their first time. They don't know what the FCF is. He's trying to figure it out. He asked if Johnny Manziel plays in this league. Yeah, he does. He's played both seasons. I mean, can you say he plays in the league?
Yeah, you can.
He's a player coach.
He
won a championship. I get it.
He did win a
ring. He got that ring.
He got that ring.
He's also, let's just say he's the most lax player in the league.
I love the follow-up.
Win or lose, we booze.
The follow-up question is great.
Is he? Wow.
Surprisingly, no.
Like we said, he won a championship last season.
No,
Surprisingly,
he's actually really good. Yeah.
Take that as you will.
Season 1 was like vintage Manziel. Then he like took a chill pill. Season 2, his highlights while
A heavy
short,
chill pill.
Season 2, while highlight short, actually had like one of the cleanest throws I've ever seen.
He did pretty well, yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
We also had Ultimate Debate say, when is season 3.0? It's coming this summer, late this summer. It's going to come after Hoops. So we're going to have Hoops first, and then we're going to have
it's
some
coming.
football.
Hoops.
It's coming.
There it is.
That's the current word.
Oops, there it
Airmail.
is.
Ooh, that was a good one. Freddie Airmail.
Did you say
hello.
my joke louder?
He said,
No, I said oops.
Okay, I was about to get so mad.
You said oops. He said oops. It all works. But anyway,
I didn't steal your joke.
That's right.
Yeah, you saw it.
Fan controlled joke steals. Let's do that.
Fan control.
Oops.
Is it good enough to steal? Vote yes or no in the chat.
And it's like a game show. Did they go for the steal? And then like you just jump in and you just repeat what he says. Yeah, exactly.
So what's the deal with this new sport?
Oh God.
What's the deal?
We're like 5 minutes in and we've already derailed this show so fast.
Oh yeah.
Family Feud. Dude, we should honestly do an Info Arcade Family Feud special where we have two teams that do like Family Feud. That'd be amazing.
You know what? I'm just gonna say this because you keep making me think Family Feud, which makes me think of like Double Dare, which all I want is FCF to come up with like a halftime show or no, never mind, not a halftime show. I know exactly what I want. I want a draft special.
Ooh,
where
okay.
Especially because I feel like this will appease nerdy. The number one fans of the teams from the previous season come and play in a Mario Kart inspired draft race using children's Power Wheel toys that you ride on. You choose your ride, obviously. What? Each one changes. And then that's how you get the draft special. All right. Okay. First to 6th or first to 8th. And that's how you do it. You get little like pluses, minuses, little things to throw people off. I think that's the best way to do it. Makes everybody happy. Change things up.
Is asking what a lot of people have been asking is how are people going to call plays in a fast-paced game like basketball? Well, if you have been sleeping under a rock, then you probably don't know this either. But basically, this is going to be insane because the entire court is an LED screen. The entire basketball court's an LED screen, and fans will be able to call out shots that they want their players to take on their team, and they'll be highlighted on there. There's actually a lot of information kind of floating around on the interwebs and on this channel and on our YouTube. So there's a lot there, and honestly, we could do a whole show about just that. So
yeah, love the questions. Keep them coming though.
Yeah, love it. Yeah. Love it. That's a great question. And Low Drag, I had that same question too, but whenever D's and a lot of other people like said, okay. Imagine NBA Jam in real life done on an LED court that lights up and you're interacting with the app. I was like, I'm in. That was it.
My favorite thing that they said was imagine a dude like because we all played hoops, or hopefully we all played NBA Jam.
We attempted to play some hoops, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, NBA Jam. When your player makes 3 baskets in a row, they're on fire. In FCH or fan controlled hoops, if a player makes 3 baskets in a row, the court will turn to fire around them and then follow them. So as they run, the fire will follow.
They have a fire trail that follows them on the court.
Now,
it's incredible.
Look, why can't we just light the court on fire? What? Come on now.
Well,
just light the outside of the court on fire.
That's asking a lot, man. You know.
Okay, fine. Light the ball on fire.
Low Drag said same players from football doing basketball. No, actually, entirely different talent pool. They have tryouts happening, or that have already happened. There will be more that probably ends up happening. A lot of veteran talent, a lot of internet talent, a lot of just guys just trying to make a name for themselves.
Just dudes.
Internet.
Yeah, there's like in there that one guy who like just like He has videos and stuff on YouTube where he just like makes buckets all day long.
The 3-point like god or whatever. Yeah.
Oh, I thought this was when we revealed that AJ is going to be in hoops.
Fisty says, anyone exploring the idea of LED screens for fan-controlled pickleball? Keep it coming. Just drop these ideas. Ruthless Cutie, are you taking notes right now?
Yeah.
Somebody steal this idea fast before it becomes copywritten or trademarked. Just internet guys being internet dudes. I love it.
I just hope Ruthless was here when I pitched my Mario Kart draft. Because honestly,
I wanted to make a note about that.
I think it's fun.
No, I'm all for it. Mario Kart just sells RC cars.
They do.
What do you mean RC cars?
Too.
Like you're talking about, like you remote control cars to race. And
No. I'm talking about how little kids can
wheels,
like the power wheels where they drive.
Go-karting. Let's just go go-karting.
Dude, go-karts would actually be a really fun way to do it. Like 60 mile per hour, like high speed go-karts.
But see, that's the difference. This is like 24 volt, only goes like 8 miles per hour. Then you can put it within, whatever FCF arena we have with little obstacles, and then no one would get hurt. You can change it up too, because there's different little RC vehicles kids drive, so it's not all the same.
Yeah.
If no one can get hurt, clearly I'm not racing.
So if that happens, I can just totally see like a teammate like trying to chase down like the player that's representing their team, like running faster than they're driving. Like, come on!
That's the best part about it is because you can have fan pit crews running alongside, yelling.
Low drag says, what about fan control NASCAR? Can you imagine? So sick. Honestly, the idea has already been pitched. You're a little late to that. You and Peanut will be best friends. If you don't know who Peanut is, you guys need to join the Discord. By the way, there is a Discord for this.
Fan control, a fan controlled NASCAR just turns into fan controlled go-karting, in my opinion. And then it just adds things like, imagine if you roll over something and you get like a 5-second speed boost, Come on.
If you guys are not in the Discord, you guys can engage in all these wacky conversations anytime you want. Go check out the Discord. It's pretty legit.
We're 13 minutes in. We haven't talked about one topic you wanted to talk about.
No, we better get on the go. So
fast.
We're gonna try to catch up here. But anyway, thank you guys for tuning in. And remember to, if you guys have to tune out at any point in the show, you can always come back and listen on podcast services all around the globe. Your favorite podcast service carries our podcast, and you guys can listen to the show back later on your commute or whatever. So let's go ahead and dive right in. This is what we're talking about first. This is First Up. Let's get it started.
Let's go.
All right, let's go with the first topic, the obvious right here. That is the March Madness tournament has come to its final chapters. We've got the Final Four. It is set. We have 4 teams that I don't think anyone expected to be here. Quite frankly, none of them were on anyone's bingo card to be the champion, at least in my pool of brackets. Like, no one expected us to, like, or any of these teams to basically be in here, especially one in particular. But I'm going to let you guys to figure out which one that was. And I don't know what's happening with my camera. It's just like being super, super weird and blurry, but it's all good. I'll just keep going. So guys, Final Four.
Yep.
Here's who we got. We've got FAU.
Wait, you weren't expecting Florida Atlantic to be in the Final Four? What?
No, not at all.
They made it last year, didn't they?
San Diego. San Diego State. Oh, what happened here? It's too big. My bad, dude. Sorry. Okay.
Yes.
We got Miami and we've got UConn. I feel like the only one that people could actually like say, okay, yeah, that makes sense, is UConn. Like, UConn is constantly making a name for themselves in this tournament each and every season. Miami, this is, while they are higher seeded, I didn't expect to see them in the Final Four. I honestly thought they were going to get routed by Texas, but they actually showed Texas who was boss. FAU is the Cinderella story that everybody can't stop watching.
Go Owls.
And San Diego State. We've got actually a couple fans on the show, listeners to the show. They're saying San Diego State all the way. So they might actually be right. But guys, as you're looking forward to this, looking at these matchups, who do you think makes it to the final and who wins it all? That's the question.
FAU over UConn.
Embrace the chaos.
I don't know. My thing was wrong. I had Gonzaga winning, and none of my people. I'm more right in the women's bracket than I am in the men's, and I don't know. FAU should win because I said so. And hey, I've gotten some of my chaos picks right in the past. Go Utes. So you know what? Go FAU. You're Owls. Who they?
Freddie Airmail saying UConn beats SDSU in the final. That's what he says.
I do want to point out Freddie's other comment. The end of March Madness is coming into focus, unlike Info's camera. I gotta shout out the boy and his burns when they happen.
I mean,
AJ,
okay.
Who you got?
Way to take joke stealer. Had to do it. I had to do it.
Next time on Fan Control Joke Stealing.
Call back. No, I think UConn's gonna win it, but that's like the easy choice. I love how Kyle. I think the theme of this year and Kyle's podcast resume on the Info Arcade show has just been chaos, and the sports gods have abided. So honestly, I'm gonna go San Diego. Why? Why not? That's why. With this tournament, that's how it's been going.
It's called madness for a reason.
That's what Freddie says. That's what he's
joke
saying.
Stealer. It's like Rumspringa, but joke stealer for Kyle.
All right. So we've had 4 different names here. Right? Freddie said UConn. You said San Diego. He said FAU. I'm gonna say Miami. Why not? Because Miami they beat Texas. I actually had Texas to win. If not Texas, I had Baylor. Baylor got knocked out early, so I was like, oh, Texas has a shot. They make it as far as they did with an interim coach. Like, I thought that was pretty impressive. There's no doubt in my mind that Texas is going to bring him on as the head coach next season after the run that they had this year. But I think Miami's going to be a secret underdog. Nobody really wants Miami to win. Like, it's not like everyone's like, oh, Miami, let's go. Like, I don't think there's very many people rooting for Miami, except for maybe Houston fans. There might be some Houston fans who are like, yeah, let's go for Miami, or Texas fans or whatever. But yeah, that's where I'm at. So Final Four, we've got matches. Basically, the matchups happening in the next, like, what is it, on April Fool's Day? Is the next group of games?
Is that a joke?
No, I don't think that's a joke. I'm going to double check on that. But games are coming up. We've got the Final Four and then the finals a couple days after that. And it's going to be madness. It's going to be chaos.
South Carolina is going to win the women's March Madness bracket.
Yeah, South Carolina is showing some dominance over in women's for sure. All right. We're going to move on to our next topic. It's one we talked about on the show quite a bit here. And that is Lamar Jackson. So with Lamar, he went to Twitter. He took to Twitter to say, guys, like, as of March 2nd, by the way, this was yesterday. Weeks later, he's like, I've informed the Ravens and the organization that I am requesting a trade. Like, it's happening. I'm requesting a trade. And I just have to say, like, I'm not surprised by this. I think we all kind of saw that there was just a lot of frustration that was happening. Baltimore was not meeting the demands of Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson is trying to get that money. After all, he was in the same draft class as the likes of Josh Allen, and he's like getting paid millions more. Also, when you see guys like Deshaun Watson getting paid these massive guaranteed contracts, that's why Lamar Jackson is coming up and saying, hey, I think I've proven my value. I've proven my worth. I want to get paid. And the Baltimore's just not having it. They're not making it happen. And so now he's requested a trade, and he is looking for a new home. I am surprised that it's just now coming public weeks after Lamar says that he informed the Ravens. But now the real question is, where is Lamar playing? We've talked about this on the show, but it seems like now the QB market has shifted since the last time that we talked about Lamar Jackson and where he's going to end up. I think one of the last times we talked about him, we thought that San Diego or Las Vegas was going to be a good spot for him. And then obviously there have been some moves and shuffles there too, with Garoppolo going to Vegas, with the 49ers organization saying straight up that they're not even going to go to their draft pick Trey Lance. They're going to their backup quarterback.
Purdy, baby.
Himself, Jurdy, or I said Purdy. Brock Purdy. Jurdy, I wish.
All of a sudden, Jackson Erdman is now.
Jackson Erdman shows up. No, Brock Purdy actually absolutely proved himself. He got himself that starting spot. We even talked about that on the show. Like, man, who's going to be starting in San Francisco? And it seems like they're gonna give Brock that role, which is super cool for Brock. Like, that's awesome. That's huge. But that means that there's going to be limited destinations for Lamar Jackson. So let's talk about it. We know, I think, we're the popular favorite vote of the show where we think he could end up here, and that is either Atlanta or New England. But let's look at some other possible options, and let's just kind of go around and talk about it here. What do you guys think is going to be the landing spot for Lamar Jackson? Not just our favorite, but where do you think he could end up? Jay Spacely chiming in saying the Texans in chat. How about you guys? What do you guys think?
I mean, New England.
It's not going to be New England. It's not going to be Atlanta.
It's both. By the way, that's not just me saying that. Today, Patriots said no, basically, and Atlanta have full faith in Desmond Ridder. Yeah. And Patriots better have faith in Mac Jones, because if not Jones, it's Zappy. Like,
well, if we're being honest, I think we're asking the wrong question here, because it's not a point of where he should go, because there are teams where he deserves to be playing over the players and the quarterbacks that they've already committed to. Well, the issue here is Lamar Jackson doesn't have an agent. He's represented by his mom, right? And this is the entire league ownership freezing out one of their star young players purely based off of the fact that they don't like the way he is conducting business. They don't like the fact that he is not represented by a major agent, and that he's trying to do everything through his family and keep the money within his family. And I think that the question here isn't whether or not where he should go. Is it okay that the NFL is doing this? I genuinely think that this is messed up. I think this is a replaying of what happened to Colin Kaepernick without any of the political undertones. It's literally just, hey, we don't like how he's doing business, so we're just not going to do business with him. And that's a tragedy. He is a talented quarterback. He deserves a starting position. So does Colin Kaepernick, in my opinion. I don't know how well he's playing still, but, back in the day when he was cut, he deserved a spot. This is a similar situation here. Lamar is better, in my opinion, than an unproven Desmond Ridder. He's better than Jimmy Garoppolo. He's better than countless other quarterbacks who have the starting position right now. And there needs to be a change. Somebody needs to pick up this talent. If it's the Texans, good on them. But
yeah, I will say there are two players who recently, without an agent, turned down bigger contracts and ended up having to take lesser paying contracts. Why? I don't know. I'm not there, but I'm saying that it could play into AJ's point.
Right. And there's no doubt that the man needs to get paid. Now, the question is, with the market the way it is, I just don't believe that Lamar Jackson is going to get the contract he wants with the full guarantee in the amount that he's wanting. I just don't see it happening unless there's just some kind of miracle or some team with some cap to spend. But like we've said multiple times on the show, there are a lot of QBs available. There's a lot of shuffling happening. There is a lot of potential here for teams to go into the draft and get a solid quarterback that could start game like week one. That could totally happen. And then you got guys like Lamar Jackson, who are veterans who have proven himself, but they're demanding this massive contract. And yeah, just because Deshaun Watson gets paid that kind of money, is that grounds to say, well, I should get paid that kind of money? And Lamar thinks so, because he thinks he's had a better career than Deshaun Watson. And I wouldn't disagree with him, but it's kind of like one of those old wise proverbs that, comparison kills joy. And that's exactly what you see happening here. Lamar Jackson was completely happy to an extent with Baltimore. He's expressed his love for the organization. He has been treated like a king. They roll out the red carpet. Now they don't pay him like a king, but I mean, if that man were to go anywhere in Baltimore, like that man wouldn't have to lift a finger. Like people are going to say, "Oh, that's Lamar Jackson. I'm picking up his tab. I'm opening the door for Lamar Jackson. I'm buying his meal. I'm doing whatever," because they treat him like he's royalty there. At least the fans do.
I will say, Colts.
Yeah, I mean, Colts are definitely a prime option. Here are the 13 per ESPN. These are the 13 teams.
I love how you approach that stat. Just
Colts.
13.
I give you pants up, belt. What team should Lamar go to? Colts. It's either Colts or Commanders. Then I looked at the cap space and I'm like, Colts.
Yeah,
Commanders only got the money.
Well,
Commanders
they also need to get rid of Matt Ryan.
Well,
so.
they could be the Commanders, but it depends on other things too, because they've got some other stuff happening right now.
Can we switch the Commanders with DC Defenders yet? Because like I feel like
yeah, I'm on
DC
that.
as a whole just
that's the
likes the
conversation
Defenders.
That's fired. Relegate the Commanders and promote the DC Defenders. That's great.
I mean,
yeah.
Hey, at least the DC Defenders win games.
It's true. All right, best fits teams for Jackson per ESPN. Number 13, Green Bay. Obviously, they're trying to offload an Aaron Rodgers who's saying he's going to be a Jet this year. They've got Jordan Love as their next quarterback. But between Lamar Jackson and Jordan Love, I would rather have Lamar. What do you guys think? Yay or nay?
Jordan Love or Lamar Jackson?
Yes.
I
mean Green Bay.
Green Bay?
I mean, it makes sense.
It makes sense. But I do think that they want to see what Love can do. And we're still waiting on them moving Aaron.
Yeah. It would have to be a sick 3-way trade for that to happen, I think.
Who doesn't want to see what Love can do?
I know I do.
What can Love do for you? I would do anything.
But what's Love got to do with it?
What
All right.
Love got to do with it?
All right. Number 12, Minnesota. The Vikes currently have an uncertain future with legendary veteran quarterback Kirk Cousins. Dude is getting old. He up there. When is he going to retire? What's the ceiling for him? We don't know. My gosh darn camera again being just crazy right now.
Another old quarterback that needs to retire. Matt Ryan.
If someone can make a compilation,
Aaron Rodgers,
info,
Kirk Cousins,
with the camera, that'd be fantastic.
Well, what he needs is an AI to help him figure out what's the subject.
Yeah. So number 12, Minnesota Vikings. Yay or nay?
It'd be fun. It'd be a lot of fun. I think that you got.
He'd be fun as a Viking. Not
him with JJ.
Him with JJ. Him with Hawk. Him with Cook. You draft a second, third round receiver. You probably get
wouldn't
tanked.
be too bad. Yeah,
it'd be pretty fun. I'm worried about their O-line a bit.
Who's not worried about their O-line?
Yeah.
But the thing is, if you're gonna have a quarterback who is gonna be on a team without blockers, that quarterback should be Lamar Jackson. That man can run like a madman, right? Detroit Lions, number 11. I mean, Jared Goff is, it seemed like the last half of the season he was doing better, but what do you guys think?
I mean, Jared Goff is one of those quarterbacks where I feel like he's very streaky. There's
I'm really prepared for this conversation. Keep going.
No, go ahead, man. If you're prepared, take it away. All I was gonna say is he's streaky.
Jared Goff. This is my prediction with Jared Goff. And shout out to the Freddie Stat Go podcast where we just wrapped up ranking all these quarterbacks. Listen, got to plug it. All right.
That's right.
Every time.
Jared Goff.
You plug it more than I plug. I don't think I've ever plugged my show. Everyone else has plugged it more for me.
Listen, I have a lot of. It's because I'm allowed to, I can ramble about my takes.
It's fair.
So Jared Goff to me last season by itself was a
last
top
season.
15. Yeah. was a top 15 quarterback. I think he had one of his best years since his like Super Bowl run with the Rams. I think the Lions are going to give him 2 more years, and they're going to find a guy in the draft. I don't think the Lions should go for Lamar at all. I think the Lions should go for a Stetson Bennett or Max Duggan, and then just build him up and put behind Jared Goff, who is a safe bet. If he's got a bad year, you put in Stetson, and then we see what the kid's got. Yeah. Like, he is a perfect bridge quarterback for what they're trying to build.
Yeah. And honestly, like, the Lions had a losing record last year, but like they were losing close games. Yes. You know what I'm saying? They weren't closing it out. And the second half of the season, the Lions were putting up big numbers. They were closing out those wins. They had a streak where they were on a hot streak, winning lots of games. I would like to continue to see what Detroit's going to do, especially with the moves that they've been making in this offseason.
Hey, Saints got a great one in first swag Kazakage. I love Jamal Williams so much, dude. He's like one of my favorite players.
I hate that.
Number 10, continue. New England.
Be a hater.
Number 10 was New England. You already said that that you don't think that's a no, right?
There's no way. Okay. It doesn't fit the system.
You said Washington Commanders. Yep. Should they consider it? We talked about that one. They were number 9. Number 8, Tennessee. Frustrating 2022 season culminated in the second half collapse. They have a vacancy.
I don't hate that. I think Ryan Tannehill is on his way out.
Who do they have for a wide receiver core? Because I can't even think of it.
They had.
And that's not a good sign.
No, they have one good guy. I know he's good because Traylon Burks. After that, I couldn't. They had Robert Woods, but he didn't do anything.
Yeah, Robert Woods didn't do anything. He's
Burks and Okonkwo.
Yeah, Traylon Burks is their young guy that they just drafted, so he's like the future. They have Kyle Phillips, who is okay, bit of an underrated smaller guy, and then nobody else.
The only reason why I don't think they would want him there is because besides having arguably the best running back in the league, like, they have no wide receiver core. Like, they are all run game if they get Lamar, like,
which works for Lamar.
All right.
Yeah, but like,
it's kind of what he'd be going to another Ravens situation.
Yeah.
But exactly. That's what I was gonna say. But by putting himself in that position, he puts himself in danger of hurting himself, because putting yourself in a purely run game situation, you're begging to get some sort of leg or ankle injury, you know.
And they just lost one of, like, granted, coming off of I think ACL. They just got rid of Taylor Lewan, who is a phenomenal tackle when healthy. So their O-line has some questions. So I don't think, I think the Titans are interested. I don't think Lamar will be.
No, yeah, exactly. There's no reason for him to go there.
Okay. Going off what Spacely said, number 7, ESPN is saying Houston. We did talk about that one already. The deal could be pretty interesting. I don't know if it's the best fit. This one is super interesting. Number 6 and number 5 to me are very interesting, but number 6 was the Chicago Bears.
Ew.
That one
bad.
No, I like that one.
I mean, I feel like it could fit. Justin Fields is very similar to Lamar. That if they did a QB swap, like, Justin Fields would do really well in Baltimore, and I mean, it is new scenery for Lamar. The Bears seem to be on the up. They are currently in an early rebuild, making all these trades, right? With the Carolina Panthers trading away number 1, but getting all those picks in return. Like, why not? It could be a good landing spot.
You're not wrong.
You're not wrong.
I like it.
Of an involuntary no than that. There's just
you really did just instantly go no.
No, because it's Baltimore's in flames offensively.
True.
Yeah. This
Chicago just put the fire out, and they're still trying to rebuild. They need.
Did they though?
Did they though? With their wide receivers, yes. DJ Moore is a big plus.
That's true.
Mooney, Moore, and Claypool is actually a solid 3, especially considering Cole Kmet. Now, what they need is a run game, and what they need is an offensive line because they have one guy who's bouncing between guard and tackle. And then
hey, the Bengals don't really have an offensive line. I mean, they just have great weapons. And we talked about that the other day.
they got better offensive line. What you mean?
I mean, the Bengals as an organization, they're set up very similar to Chicago in the sense that they're basically leaning on their quarterback and their weapons carry everything. They don't have an offensive line that's stopping the sack as effectively as they could be.
What I'm saying is that you said Justin Fields is similar to Lamar Jackson. Yes, but the difference is Justin Fields ran because he had to. They planned Lamar's runs.
Okay.
Justin Fields can throw from the pocket if the pocket exists.
Right.
I think Justin Fields.
So I feel like like that would benefit hybrid. Baltimore is what I'm saying though, because if he can throw from the pocket and they've got better blockers in Baltimore.
Yeah, I think you're screwing over both quarterbacks.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe not so much Lamar, but like
number 5. Ready? Number 5. Miami.
Yeah.
No, that makes no sense. No.
I mean,
there's no way.
Tua is
he's hurt.
He's hurt, but so is Lamar.
Yeah. So it's just like putting a Band-Aid with another like just as capable Band-Aid.
I don't think Tua started a full
put number
season
4.
either.
ESPN put number 4. They put Tampa Bay. I think that's really interesting. I mean, they did add Baker Mayfield, but that was before Lamar maybe. I mean, Lamar could work well in Tampa.
But I would pick Lamar over Baker.
I would also in a heartbeat.
I think most people would.
Yeah.
Number 3 with the Colts.
Yep.
Number 3 is the Colts. Matt Ryan has been released. They need somebody. They need something.
I hope we talk about this often, but like 1-day contracts for someone to retire, he needs one from the Falcons. Just let the old man retire at Falcon. He did his entire career there.
Okay, hold on. Wait a minute. I'm so sorry, but like
I know,
if I remember correctly,
it's not good.
I remember
it's
correctly,
terrible.
there was a
we had a conversation about that.
Who
it's so dumb.
1-day retirement contract.
I hate it so much. Or you know what? You're right. 100%. You're right. No, you're right.
Guns.
Bring the man on. Lowest contract you can give him for 1 season. Let him retire Falcon. Give him a full season. Back up Ritter. They need a good backup. Give it to that. Yeah. You know what? That would be actually pretty good.
Genuinely, that might help Ritter a lot.
Yeah, no, I agree. Now that we talk about it, now that you bring my words back, I agree. You're right. I agree with myself in the past.
All right.
Fuck the 1-day contracts. You're 100% right. Thank you for bringing that up.
Number 2 is really interesting because with everything that's happening with Aaron Rodgers, they apparently, like Green Bay and the Jets have not made a trade. But what if Lamar goes to the Jets and just screws over that deal entirely?
God. I would lose it. I would love it.
They don't deserve it though.
Oh, I don't know if the Jets do it. Dude, I just
deserve nothing but pain.
I think that's super interesting. And then number 1 was the Atlanta Falcons, which we've talked about on this show. Like it's just a match made in heaven. Atlanta, what are you doing? Sign the man. Pay him money. Sign him. That's all I gotta say.
I love Ritter too much. I really want to see Ritter pop off.
Honestly, same. Like I feel like, and I'm probably gonna get a lot of hate for this because Lamar Jackson is a stud.
He's
genuine
Michael Jackson,
stud.
Or he's Michael Vick 2.0. I said Michael Jackson 2.0. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, he is Michael Vick 2.0.
Yeah, he could.
But I feel like Ritter hasn't gotten a legitimate shot. All last season, he was battling with Mariota. Mariota he started the season, and the second that Ritter took control, I'm gonna say he was a rookie. He played like a rookie, but a talented rookie.
Yeah,
the man put Tom Brady to shame. Okay, like actually put him to shame. He destroyed Tom Brady, and Tom Brady went to the playoffs afterwards, and. Yeah, I think his confidence was destroyed because a rookie came in and embarrassed him. But I really think that there is a diamond in the rough in Ritter. having said that, if Lamar comes to the Falcons, I'm going to be jumping with joy and running out and buying a Lamar Jackson jersey the second I can. So
yeah, for sure.
I wouldn't hate it. I wouldn't hate it.
We talked earlier about, hey, what about Washington? Would they do it? They seem to have a lot of problems. Well, they actually have had two groups. This is our next story of the night. They had two groups submit $6 billion bids to purchase the Commanders organization today. They're basically, their ownership has been trying to sell the organization after a lot of back and forth, a lot of people basically calling for a vote of no confidence, and then also some other scandals and different things like that. And they basically just said, look, we want to get rid of you. So they're trying to sell the organization. What were you saying?
Nothing. I didn't want to interrupt you. I just wanted to look up the Vegas odds for Lamar Jackson's next team. Shocking. It's Colts, then Patriots, then Falcons.
Wow.
Continue on.
Okay. That is actually really interesting. That is really interesting. So yeah, two groups submitted $6 billion bids for the Commanders. One group includes Magic Johnson and the Harris Mitchell Rails Group, which is a fully financed bid to purchase the Commanders organization. And then the second one is a Canadian, shout out BC Lion, Canadian billionaire Steve Apostolopoulos. I can't pronounce his name. But basically, he submitted a fully funded $6 billion offer to purchase him as well. So, yeah, I mean, we're about to see a huge shakeup there. Harris and his group actually owns the 76ers, the New Jersey Devils, and they also own part of Crystal Palace FC in the Premier League. So adding in an NFL team to their arsenal, that they've got money is all I'm trying to say. And that would also mean that might change things for the way they do their payroll and bring in players like Lamar Jackson. They might be willing to invest that kind of money to make that happen. But we'll see. So yeah, the next topic of the night, this one is super personal for me because my St. Louis City SC is now 5-0. Boom, 5-0. This week they take on a team that's shockingly making headlines, and that is Minnesota United, playing out of their minds as well. They play this Saturday, and Klaus is their lead man. He scored 2 goals. He's now scored 6 goals on the season. Klaus has in 5 games. He scored 6 goals, which is unbelievable. They are actually on top as an expansion team. They are not only on top of the West, but they are basically on par to actually win the entire thing, East and West, getting the supporter shield. They have the best record right now in most points. Guys, have you ever heard of an expansion team in any sport do this well out the gate?
Yes.
Okay, Stathead.
Yes.
Master of stats. Give it to us.
1995 it was the Jaguars and the Ravens, I believe, were the expansion. Took 4 years for the Ravens to win a Super Bowl, and then in, I believe, 96, 97, 98, and 99, they made 3 straight AFC. The Jaguars made 3 straight AFC championships.
Do you get those kind of vibes here with this kind of 5-0 start for this soccer club?
Yeah, potentially. For me, it's all about how well you get players to meld with each other, build that chemistry. Who's the leaders? If we're comparing football to football, you look at the leaders on that Ravens team, you look at the leaders on those Jaguars team, and how they kind of led the pack and pulled everyone together. If these guys got that along on top of good coaching, then the newness of the team doesn't matter. It's all about chemistry.
Yeah. I agree. Chemistry is so important, and that's one thing that I'm seeing in this team of nobodies, rallying around these guys. Berkey, their goalkeeper, is making incredible stops, but their team as a whole, like on the field, you could tell that they're reading plays together, reading very well. They're making some insane passes, like the one you just saw there in that corner. They're making some great shots at goals, smart play, smart passing, smart defending too. They are all dropping back and they're playing aggressive both on the attack and on the defensive. And then, like I said, they've got this Argentinian Klaus, who very few people have ever heard of, scoring 2 goals in this game. Like, this guy doesn't play on a European team. He doesn't play for the national team. I feel like he should be with those kind of numbers. If he could play like this in the MLS, I'd love to see what he could do in the Premier League. Klaus is, to me, becoming a possible MVP candidate, an early one to say the least. I mean, there's a lot of great players out in the league, but with right now how many goals he has, he's on track for the Golden Boot, and also not just the Golden Boot for the MLS, but he's on par for MVP. So, if he doesn't win it, Berkey will. I mean, he's got 5 clean, or he's got not 5 clean sheets. They've given up a couple goals, but he's gotten 3 or 4 clean sheets out of these 5 weeks. So pretty solid.